understand. Okay, all the business process, the requirement you have to understand in detail. Once you understand and prepare this business process document, then next is called 2B. 2B. 2B means how you are going to do same in SAP. Business job is done now. Business told boss, this is my requirement, this is what I'm doing right now. And if you can do better, make it better at least. If not, then at least what I'm doing that should be set up in SAP. Okay. So 2B. 2B means for every process how we are going to do in the SAP. So here your SAP knowledge is very, very important. Okay. So 2B means how. So here while doing the 2B, there is something called fit to standard. Fit to standard means there will be some requirement for which SAP has given standard functionality. So no need to do extra coding. Okay, I mean there is one more consultant called ABAP consultant. So if if SAP is not meeting, if any standard functionality of SAP is not meeting the business requirement, then you can do the extra coding. Okay, coding means they will do some code written, they will change the software based on the business need. Okay, we are functional consultant. See what is the difference between functional and technical means? Let's say you are using mobile. If I ask you to put in flight mode, you will go and put the flight mode. That is functional job. But technical job, let's say if you don't want to see the flight mode only, that feature should be removed. That you cannot do as a functional consultant. That is not your capability. That only software engineer can only do. Only technical consultant can do. Okay. Unless you want to bring one more feature in the mobile, that probably you cannot do. Okay. So functional consultant is job is to customize the thing with the help of the features which is already given. Okay, in the standard SAP. Technical consultant means to remove the features or bring the features. Okay, in SAP also. So those are known as a technical consultant. So if anything can be met with the standard features, that is known as a fit to standard. So whenever you are collecting the requirement, you prepare the BPD document, you will you should be able to understand which can be met by standard functionality, which cannot be met. So if anything cannot be met, that is known as a fit to gap, or also say gap analysis. For fit to gap, you need for fit to gap you need technical consultant. Okay, you need technical consultant. Let's say business is telling that whenever I want to make the payment to the vendors, business is telling here in the account payable, or let's say here only, let's say in the account payable, in the account receivable, what they are telling, whenever I sell to my customer, invoice copy should automatically be sent to the customer. I don't want to go and open my email and I send the invoice copy to the customers. Okay, so this you cannot do as a functional consultant. You need a technical consultant. Okay, you need a technical consultant because there are some setup which has to be done to send the email automatically to the customers. Okay, another point, let's say when customer make the payment, let's say customer is making payment in the bank, in my bank. So you are telling that whenever customer make payment in my bank, from the bank, my bank statement should automatically be pulled and it should automatically bring in SAP, and journal entry should be posted automatically. Okay, you don't want to do any manual work. You don't want to go in the bank portal in your bank website. You don't want to log in. You don't want to extract the bank statement. You don't want to post in each and every journal entry in SAP manually. You don't want to do everything. You want to automate it. What you want? Bank statement should automatically be uh, pulled from the bank. It should automatically bring in SAP, and journal entry should also be posted automatically. You don't want to do anything. Only you want to see whenever error is there. That too also error also you are telling your requirement is that whenever there is error, it should trigger a email to me that there is one error. Please go and check. Okay, so all this you want to automate it. So is all this possible? But it is not possible with the help of from the SAP standard. Okay, you need a technical consultant. So whenever you need anywhere a technical consultant, that is known as fit to gap. There is gap is there. Gap means SAP standard cannot meet that requirement. You need a extra development, extra coding you need. So that is known as a fit to gap, or people say only gap. Here you need a technical consultant, a ABAPer, we say ABAP consultant, because here SAP standard you cannot meet. You need extra technical consultant who will be doing the extra coding, extra setup is required to automate all this whole process. So you have to understand fit to standard and fit to gap. Why I'm telling all this thing? Because the charges, the money which is charged for fit to standard and the money which is charged to gap, any gap requirement, is little different. Okay, is little different. So you may charge more money for any custom development, but for standard you may charge little less money. So these are the important thing. So you have to understand what is called fit to gap and fit to standard. Again I'm repeating, fit to standard means which can be met by SAP. Fit to gap means which cannot be met by SAP standard. You need a custom development. Okay, let's say here in the payment side again, in the account payable, whenever you are making payment to the vendor, whenever you're making vendor payment, same thing you want here also. If you are making from check payment, you want check should automatically be printed and sent to the vendor email address. Okay, that is what you want to automate. Now first of all you have to design the check in SAP. While designing the check, what color you need, what to be size of the check, width, length, where should be amount field, where should be company logo, where should be vendor logo, where should be the amount in words, where will be amount in letters, where should be total. So every designing you have to do in the SAP of the check designing you have to do. And check designing again may differ from bank to bank. So whenever you are making payment to the vendor from SBI bank, you want SBI check should be picked. Whenever you are making payment from HDFC bank, HDFC bank check should be picked. Okay. And when you are making payment to ABCD vendor, it should go to ABCD vendor. When you are making payment to XYZ vendor, it should go to XYZ vendor automatically. So this is your requirement. So you have to know either this can be achieved via SAP standard, or you need any custom development, or you need any extra coding. So that you will understand slowly once you start learning the SAP. So let's say right now, whenever business, let's say let me give one company, let me take one company name, let's say Apple. Right now whenever Apple is making payment to the vendor via check, what they are doing, they are making payment from SAP and they are manually sending check to the vendors via email. They are manually going and sending them check manually. This is manual process they are following. But in SAP, they are expecting that the moment they post the payment journal entry in SAP, check should automatically get printed. Check should automatically be sent to the vendors. That too also they are telling you should be sent in the PDF format. So everything that is possible to do. So AG is manual, 2B they want automatic everything. So that you have to understand how they are doing now and how they want in the SAP. So AG and 2B. While deciding the 2B, either it will be met by SAP standard functionality or it is considered as a gap. You have to know it. Why you have to know? If it is standard, you yourself can handle. If it is gap, then you need a technical consultant. When you bring the technical consultant, they will ask, where is my money? If I am working for this, then how I am going to be paid? Because they also should be paid, right? That otherwise his manager revenue will be zero. So their effort also should be considered in the development. So if you need any technical consultant, then that is known as a fit to gap. For fit to gap, any gap, we ask business to create one word is very famous called rise of ID. Okay, what is called rise of? Listen very carefully. These are very important words. So let's say they are telling check check first of all check should be developed. Check the check format should be developed. So you have to tell to the business since standard check format will not be sufficient for you, I need to customize the check format based on bank to bank. So you have to create one. It is like gap. Our ABAPer should develop it. So you have to create one rise of ID. Rise of ID means I'll talk about what is the full form rise up, but try to understand. Let's say they want check 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 format, okay, for ICICI Bank. Okay, so for this one number they will generate. Okay, one like ticket you might have notifies you who have bank account number which identifies you. Okay, similarly for this requirement they will create one number. Let's say it is this is the number. Okay, so this is the number. So this number is equal to this requirement. Okay, so this number is known as a rise of number. This number is known as a rise up number. Whenever anybody says rise up number, it means that there is some development is required, some extra coding is required. So tomorrow, if you want to track the check format for ICICI Bank, this is the number. This is the number. We'll talk about this number. Okay, this is the number. Let's say in bank if you go there will be my name is Hari, so many people many Hari will have the account in the bank, but account number remain unique for everyone. So that's the reason here also we give one unique number for every custom development. Okay, and this number is known as a rise of number. This number is known as a rise of number. Okay, let's say they're asking you to create one invoice format. Okay, they are telling that I need my own invoice format where in the left top should be my name, my logo, my address, my postal code, my country. Right side should be my vendor name, address. Below should be the item name, quantity, rate, amount, discount, blah blah blah. Below should be disclaimer that once goods is sold can't be returned, something like that. Okay, that format, the invoice format you need. That again required a developer or above consultant helps. You as a functional consultant cannot develop the invoice format. So This is also considered as a gap. Okay, for this also we'll create one extra rise up number like this. Okay, then it digit should be same. It is 6 digits, so it will also be 6 digit. Okay, like this. So these numbers are known as a rise up number. Okay, these numbers are known as a rise up number. So you have to ask to the business for every gap create a rise up. There will be some tool will be there. Every company follow some tools. Okay, in that tool they will go and create. Reason being, for every development you have to have the, for record purpose every company will have the tool. Okay, in that tool they will go and create the rise up number. In the interview also they will ask you, have you worked on any gap, they will ask. So you have to tell these are the some, there are a lot of gap, I'll be training you slowly. Okay, let's say another thing what business is telling. You remember here I told that non PO purchase means you purchase immediately. So business is telling that whenever I purchase immediately, whenever I purchase immediately, once my accounting clerk post that invoice in the SAP, it should automatically send the it will automatically trigger the approval process. What does it mean? It means that if I am posting the invoice, it should automatically trigger email to my boss saying that, hey boss, I am posting this invoice for so and so purchases. Please check and approve it. Okay, you're getting? So once he approves, then only journal entry will get successfully posted. Until then it will be in hold or it will be in parked status. So let's say this is what the business is asking you to build the workflow. Okay, meaning that whenever if any unapproved invoices I am sending, let's say there are two approver are there. My boss should also approve, then my finance department should also approve. If my boss is rejecting, then it should come automatically the email notification to me saying that, hey Hari, your invoice got rejected for so and so reasons. I have to correct it. Okay. Unless say my boss approves, then it should go to next his boss. Unless say finance department. Once finance department also approves, then only should get posted. So that is the requirement. So here also you need a technical consultant help. So for this also you have to tell to the business, please create one rise up. So they will create again some code they will create and they'll give description. Let's say workflow setup for non-PO invoice. Okay, like this. So these are known as a rise up. So you have to know the rise up. You have to know. You have to work on rise up. Okay. So this is known as a rise up. If anything, let's say anything, either you don't know or your business don't know, then you can create a backlog. Okay, there is one word called backlog. Let's say they are telling some requirement and you don't know, either it will be achieved by a SAP standard or you should go for custom development considered as a gap, then you can create a backlog. Okay, you can create a backlog. Then later once you research, once you do testing, you can, once you check with your managers, you check with your some friends, then you can work on the backlog. Backlog means undecided items, unapproved, unconfirmed items. So you have to make sure that there your managers, your boss will give you some deadline by end of this month all the backlog should be cleared, meaning that either you reject that backlog or accept the backlog. So if anything you don't know, either it will be achieved by a fit to standard or it will be achieved by a fit to gap, then create as a backlog. There will be many time, nobody is perfect in SAP. Okay, nobody is perfect. So there will be some time where you will really not having any answer sometime. Okay, or you are asking something to the business is also not sure, so you have to create a backlog. Action may be on you or action may be on the business. Okay, let's say you are asking some confirmation from them, but they are not sure. They are telling will check and get back to you. So always create a backlog on their name. If you are telling that I will check and get back to you, then also you create the backlog and assign in your name. So these are the few things you have to understand as a FICO consultant. Their business requirement is very, very important. Okay. Anybody has any doubt up to here? Anybody has any doubt? Please ask me if you have any doubt.
No, sir.
Samira, do you have anything to ask?
No, Harry. No, sir.
Okay, who else joined? Aruna, do you have anything to ask?
No hurry.
Understanding?
Yeah.
Sudha, you have anything to ask in this one?
No, sir. Thank you. Understand.
Okay, so these are the things, I mean, you have to do it. Okay, BPD document you have to prepare. Then after that, a lot of other documents you have to prepare. Something called business blueprint you have to prepare. Okay, then I mean you have to prepare something called business blueprint document. Then something called you have to prepare the K, KDS document, key data structure. Okay, so these are the some documents you have to prepare before you start doing the configuration. Okay, before you start doing the configuration, these are the some document you have to prepare. Out of this business blueprint is legal document in a sense. This is the document you have to prepare and get the sign up from your senior boss and from the client, both the side. In the business blueprint you'll be writing in detail ages and to be. Okay, in this you'll be writing how currently it is there, how we are going to achieve in the SAP in this business blueprint. Okay, so it includes business blueprint are generally prepared by every module separately. Finance will prepare his own business blueprint. Sales and distribution team will prepare their own SD module. So in SAP there are different modules. Sudha has joined little late, so let me tell you. In SD there are different modules are there. So let's say finance, controlling module, SD module, MM module, PP module. PP means production planning. Then we have HR module, we have PS module, we have IM module. We have a lot of modules are there. So different module people will conduct their own workshop. They will conduct their own solution confirmation meeting. They will have their own kickoff meeting, and they will discuss about their area. You have to discuss about your area, and everybody has to prepare their own business blueprint. Okay, in that we'll be writing ages and to be process here. Okay, so and you have to also prepare the KDS document. This is the Excel format document. In this you'll have little more detailed information. Okay, you'll have little more detailed information. This is basically from the configuration point of view, you'll prepare it. Okay, this is in some company it is like informal document used only for the functional consultant. For our convenient purpose we prepare it. Sometime even business may also consider this as a legal or let's say deliverable document. We say not legal, let's say deliverable document. Deliverable documents, it is agreed that we'll be preparing the business blueprint and KDS document and giving to them. Okay, so that is not deliverable document. For this also they'll pay money. Okay, they will pay the money. But business blueprint is 100% deliverable document. In that you'll be writing ages and to be very clearly, and you'll get the sign up from the business. So once these documents are prepared, then you have to do the configuration. Like separately bank bank setup. So everything, whatever you have discussed here, everything you have to set up here, configure. This fit to standard part you have to set up here. Okay, and fit to gap also you have to slowly start working along with the your technical consultant. So in the configuration data, you have to configuration data means setting up the SAP, configuring, customizing the thing. Okay, so this is known as a configuration data. Master data means to post any journal entry or to do the transaction. So this is completely consultant job. Okay, this is configuration data will be created or done by the set up by the consultant, either technical consultant, functional consultant, whatever consultant, but it is done by consultants. Okay, master data, it can be done by consultant if it is implementation project. The initially we consultant only set up all the master data and give it to users. But if it is already running, they are already running the once I mean once we hand over the SAP to them, then later and even users can also create. Users mean who are using SAP, they can also create the master data. What are the master data? Let's say cost center master data, profit center master data, GL master data. Okay, so vendor master data, customer master data, these are master data. Okay, so master data is, I'm saying, in the beginning when we implement the project, we only create some master data and we give it to the business. Let's say when I implemented SAP, during that time they have 10 vendors, so we'll create 10 vendors, not a problem. But after 1 month 2 months they're going to purchase from another vendor, then they can create that extra vendor in the SAP. So I mean master data can be created by consultant also, or it can be created by users also. Transactional data is completely done by the users. So users will be posting the transactional data, purchase entry, sales entry, salary paid, rent paid, depreciation charge, whatsoever. So every transactional data will be done by the users. Okay, the business guy who is even will not have any authorization also in the production system to post any transaction data. So transaction data is completely done by business. Then report again, report if they are asking to consultant that please provide this report, that report, if they don't have access, maybe yes, otherwise mostly it will be done by again users. So whatever report they want, they will go and pull the report from the SAP. Okay, so again where during the discussion time we have to understand the requirement, what are the reports they need. Okay, they will tell I need GST report, I need sales register report, I need purchase register report, I need inventory report. So whatever report they are telling, you have to in the background of your mind you have to process that input, either it is possible from SAP standard or not, is it given in SAP or not. If not given, you have to tell them, boss, it is not given in SAP standard. Okay, I have to develop it. So you have to ask them create on rise up, on rise up ID should be created and against whichever report they are telling. Let's say they are telling I need one sales register report. This is only required for India for the GST purpose, and they need certain fields. Okay, they want vendor number, customer number, his address, his state, his something, let's say some details they want in the report. But you understood their requirement and you analyze and you realize that there is no SAP standard, reports are not given. Whatever report SAP is given is not meeting the client requirement, so you can develop one the report based on what business needs. So you can ask them create on rise up ID. So again when they create, some number will get generated. So this rise up is equal to this report. So this is known as a gap. This is also known as a gap. So likewise there will be so many reports you have to develop. Okay, depending on the business needs. Business will tell what report they want, and you have to know what are the reports given in SAP, at least in your area, in the finance area. If you feel that whatever they're asking, if it is available in SAP, you will tell yes, we have already SAP has given. You can use this T code or this. You can tell them. If you think that no, it is not given, then you have to ask them to create as a rise up, and you have to work with the business again. With you have to work with the technical consultant together and develop the report what is really needed by the business. So these are the process you have to follow as a consultant generally. Anybody has any doubts? Anybody has
Yes,
something
sir.
to ask? Anybody has anything to
Yes,
ask?
sir. I have a
No,
question.
sir. Understood,
Yeah,
sir.
Samira. Yeah, ask me
So,
please.
when they create the write up now, is that when you call for the technical consultant, or that's
Yes.
just okay?
So technical consultant, you have to work with the technical consultant. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So the so what will happen? Let's say they told I need sales register. So in the beginning discussion, only you have recognized. So when you start developing it, that time you have to discuss in more detail with the business. Okay, the requirement in full fledged you have to discuss, and you have to work with the ABAPer and get it developed. Okay,
Okay.
these are the some process. Sudha, do you have anything to ask? Pallav, you wanted to ask something. Pallav,
No,
you have anything?
no,
No,
Pallav?
sir. Understood, sir. Understood, sir. Okay, no problem.
Sudha, do you have anything to ask?
no, sir.
Okay, thank you then. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye bye. Thanks a lot.